It honestly feels like game key cards are taking over when it comes to collecting for the Nintendo Switch. Now, not all of them are game key cards, because you could see it says game key card right there, and some of these other ones don't have game key card listed. So we are getting some proper physical games, which is great to see. I just wanted to scroll on here just a little bit on Video Games Plus, so you see a game key card, game key card, game key card, game key card, big titles like Persona 3 Reload, game key card, Pac-Man World Repack, game key card, Star Wars Outlaws, game key card, Octopath Traveler 0, game key card, Borderlands 4, game key card, and you get the point. Even the new Ease game, you can see it right there, is also going to be a game key card. And last page, Little Nightmares 3, Disgaea 4, game key cards. This one is also a game key. SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide is a game key, and all that. But yeah, you see the title of the video. I just wanted to show off Video Games Plus. We got some of my game key cards in my collection. It's game key cards versus digital games. My honest opinion on it. I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button also, share with your friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or comment in general. I do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. If you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, to subscribe to the channel, you will become a fan. I hope so. Now, yeah, so game key cards versus digital games, my honest opinion. This is my opinion on the matter. Yes, it does appear that game key cards are taking over, as of least right now anyways. Now, Nintendo did put out a survey to give gamers their thoughts and opinions on the game key cards and all that stuff. I did a short video showing off some of the questions and some of the stuff that was in the survey. And then the survey's already over. It's done. It's been taken down. Nintendo took it down. And overall, most gamers don't like the game key cards, and I completely understand. I don't really like them either, so I guess we can go into the video now. I don't like them, but that's not the end of the video. But yeah, overall, I'll deal with them. Like this game right here, I can't pronounce the whole title of the game. Kunitsu Gami Path of the Goddess. I got my note on the back to show me that it supports English. That game never got a physical release of any kind. And then we got Wild Hearts S on Nintendo Switch 2. Same situation. And then of course Hogwarts Legacy could have easily been a proper physical release, easily, on Nintendo Switch 2. But it didn't. But the point I'm trying to get across is, yeah, I could easily go into the eShop and just download these games if I really, really honestly wanted to. But I am not into digital games. That's just not for me. So you can just go up in here and download some of these games that I just showed off. You just search what you're looking for, and some of them will come up, like Star Wars Outlaws is right there. Just so many more. Chronos, I can't wait for Chronos. I mean, yeah, you could easily go in here and download them and stuff. You seriously can. But I am not for digital games. And Pac-Man World and all that stuff, yeah, you could easily go in here and do it. But the thing is, I'd rather have my games physically. But then you can argue the fact, Auckland, there's been a lot of YouTubers on the internet that have already claimed, and even some developers themselves, the creators themselves of these games, have also came out and said that these game keycards are basically digital copies of the game, but in hybrid form. They're physical, but they're also digital. They're blending that line between digital and physical games. And you know what? You're not wrong about that. But at the end of the day, I'm getting these games because I want to play them. I want to have fun. So, but overall, I got more proper physical games in my Nintendo Switch collection than game key cards. I got more proper than game key cards. But I do have more game key cards coming. But the fact is, I would rather have them in my collection, and there's cartridges inside of them. It has one of the game key card cartridges. It has you can see the key right there in the corner. Sorry for the blurriness, I really do apologize, but you can see that key right there beside the logo. And then with a proper physical game, I'm about to get it out right now, say like with Cyberpunk, there's no key beside the logo, but you see it right here on Hogwarts Legacy. You see that key right there, and it's a actual physical cartridge that I'm holding in my hand, in a case, and all that stuff. And I would rather deal with that than to have a empty case with artwork on the front, but on the inside would be a code in the box. Yeah. I'm not buying the code in the box games. I'm not dealing with that mess. That's just a load of crap, in my opinion. But the game key cards, in my opinion, they could be worse. They really could. I prefer my games properly, have the whole game on the cartridge. That's the way I would prefer them. I honestly really, really do. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't mind them because they're not code in the box games. There's actually a cartridge in there, and on the front cover you can see right there it says game key card right there. And a lot of people don't like that on the cover. I completely understand, because on Cyberpunk you have nothing there. It's clean, and there's no indication of anything like that on the front. Or with Fantasy Life I, which is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game, and on the bottom it just has writing just to let you know that it includes both the Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of the game, and you can play it on both consoles. But at the end of the day, it's still a physical game. In my opinion, it's still a physical game, because it has been confirmed that you can trade and sell these game key cards if you need to. I'm not planning to, but I'm just saying, situations can happen in life, and you have to trade in your games to get money to get through a situation. And with the game key cards, you can do that. But if you go into the eShop, now I know this is not a digital game, this is a demo. But the point I'm trying to get across is that's a digital game, even though it's a demo. But I can go into the eShop, download games, and then I've seen skits of people going into a GameStop, and they're literally not in GameStop, but it's like a skit of them going into GameStop, and they're trading in their consoles. And they'll be like, well, I got a bunch of games on there, and I want to get a refund. I want to get my money back on those, and I'm going to trade my console in, and I want to get some credit for those games that are on that console. And the employees are like, they're digital. There's nothing that we can do about that, You're the only credit that you're going to get is for the console itself. You're not going to get credit for the digital games only. And then in the skit, somebody else walked up with the console and a stack of physical games. And they got credit for both the console and the physical games. So the point I'm trying to get across is, with these digital games that are in the eShop, you can't trade them in. You can't do any of that. It's just, you're not going to get no credit for it. You're not going to get a refund for it. If you go to try to trade them in, it's not going to happen. And then you got these people on the internet that will argue the fact, well, I can just, I can get these games for free. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Those people, I'm not hating on them. If that's what they want to do with their games, whatever. Even though I feel like it's not right. But anywho. But the point I'm trying to get across is, physical games are much better in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, you actually have them in your collection. And it's just, look all that. It's awesome. But I've seen some people online where they argue the fact, well, I don't like all this clutter. That is clutter. Look all this. I gotta make room for all this mess. I've seen people online make comments like that. It's like, why have all this? Then I can just have all my games right here and not have to worry about it. Not me. This is art. This is art and entertainment, because this is the way that I grew up. Look at that. That is artwork and it's a game, all in the same thing. I mean, look at that cover. That's so cool. That's straight up artwork. Look at that. You got that. And you got a manual on the inside, but it depends on the companies of those physical games if they can put a manual in it or not. But that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to get across is, the game key cards versus digital games. My honest opinion. So my honest opinion is, yes, I prefer them to be proper physical games. But here's the thing, though. To be completely honest as well, too. If y'all kept up with my channel and watched my unboxing videos, even some of these proper physical releases on Nintendo Switch 2 that I've unboxed and stuff, and showed them off to see if they're complete on cartridge or not. And you saw that I had to download some updates, like for Tamagotchi Plaza on Switch 2, that's a proper physical. Fantasy Life I, that's a proper physical. And all that stuff. And I could keep going. Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's a proper physical. Mario Kart World. But what I'm trying to get across is, you have these updates that get released for these games. And they make the games run better. So like if there's a bug in the game or there's a glitch in the game, and then those patches fix them. So you have to download something. So that means that update is not on the cartridge. So now the game is no longer complete anymore. So basically the point I'm trying to get across is, all this downloading stuff is nothing new. We've been downloading games when it comes to modern games for years now. And retro games, we didn't have to deal with that. But the point I'm trying to get across is, even with the game key cards, which you do have to download the entire game, but with the proper physical games, you have the patches. And if you want the games to run better, you have to download those patches. So you're downloading. So, yeah. But with the digital games, you can't trade them in or anything like that. You can't sell them. You can't do anything. So at the end of the day, with the game key card situations, I will deal with them, because I would rather them be in my collection physically. Basically, they are physical, and I can play the games and enjoy them, because that's what games are supposed to be about. Games are supposed to be fun, and that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun. So I'm getting these game key cards, adding them to my collection and all that stuff, and I'm playing them, and I'm having a good time. So yeah, and plus, also I did a short video, or a video of some kind before in the past, talked about it before. Nintendo came out and confirmed that years down the road, you will still be able to continue to play these games. So, Nintendo themselves confirmed that. But, I don't know. What's your thoughts and opinions about the game key cards? Yes, I know they are a problem. It really honestly does look like they're taking over. There's more game key cards being released almost every single month. But hopefully, with support of more physical games that are coming out for Switch 2, proper physical, which we do have more and more coming out, maybe gamers can support those and support them. And maybe, just maybe, these game key cards will not come out as much. We'll have to wait and see. So at the end of the day, that's my thoughts and opinion on it, my honest opinion about game key cards versus digital games and all that stuff. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Alright, bye.